good, everybody, and welcome back to our couples channel.
Okay.
Welcome back to our couples channel. It's your girl Haley
and JP, and we are back with another video, and we have some exciting news, babe. Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, if you couldn't tell from the title, you're hearing it now from us. I am officially a fiance. And so are you, though. Because it goes both ways with both fiancés.
Yes. We got engaged last weekend, so it was quite the experience.
Yes, my ring is currently in the shop, which is why it's not on my finger. But once that gets back, I cannot wait to make a video and show you guys the beauty that Josh picked out. But we do have a few questions as we're entering into this new stage of life together. Engagement questions. I know you guys are wondering and been asking on Twitch and Kick. And so we wanted to make a video just explaining everything for you guys. Okay, I wrote down a few questions that I've been hearing from people. The first one is for JP specifically. When did you know that Haley was the one?
I guess I would probably just say after like after a couple of years, usually if you want to be with that person or if you want to, so yeah, like just after like the second year, I was like, okay, it's getting close to that time.
You could see it. Is there a specific moment or thing that made you realize that? No.
No, I think it was just, just after a while, you just know. You've been with that person for so long, you kind of get used to all their little quirks and things they do. And, yeah.
What's your favorite quirk of mine?
That little laugh you do.
Oh man, you got that from you.
No, I got that from you.
Really?
Yeah. Acquired trait.
That is true. We will walk around the house, guys, and do the hee-hee-hoos all day. I don't know. I thought you started it. Well, you must have started the ooh, or did...
No, you. That was
Okay, well, I've started a lot of these things apparently in our relationship, and I always thought it was you that started that. That's crazy.
Nope,
That's
it was you.
Funny. Okay, and I guess to answer that question for myself as well, when did I know that JP was the one? Kind of like what JP said, you just kind of know, after so long with someone. And we've been living together. How long? We've been living together for a year and a half?
Yeah, 2 years.
Oh, yeah. I'm almost our whole relationship. Almost. We moved in pretty quickly together. And just living, knowing their habits.
It took us about five months or so. But yes.
Yeah. But, knowing their habits, living with them, and just spending every morning with them. I think the one thing that made me realize that you're the one was there was a time I was hanging out with one of my really good friends, and I kept thinking about you the whole time, and I was like, man, I really want to go home and see Josh. So I think that's for me when I realized that you're a keeper. So
keeper. Okay. Whoa.
Keeper. So this is for JP, how did you find the right ring? Talk about what you kind of did in that process.
Well, I had a couple options, and I really just, it kind of came down to just what was gonna look the best, I thought, and I kind of went through a lot of different options. I went through a lot of different websites, and I knew the rose gold would be something different, and I liked the overall look, and I just thought that would be something that you would really enjoy. So yeah, it was just kind of the option I went with, and I used one of your old rings. I took it to K Jewelers, and I got it pre-sized, but they still messed it up though, because I guess it was still a little too tight for Haley. But yeah, we got it pre-sized there, and
Yeah.
Sums up.
So for those who don't know, I had no clue what he was doing with the ring. We had talked about rings a little bit in the past. All I had really said was I don't want a silver ring. I just wanted some gold or rose gold for that matter. I didn't even know rose gold was a thing for wedding rings back then when we were like kind of talking about it, but yeah, it is so pretty. I can't wait to show you guys. It's still in the shop till May 1st, so we have a second, but yes, it is perfect.
It's in the works.
It is in the works, yes. Okay, next question. For JB, how did you sneak the engagement ring into the big event?
So, pretty much when I got the engagement ring, I had it like, so before we went into the stadium, I had it already like in the side pocket of my car. So I bringing it in, you know, I just kind of waited for Haley to get out of the car. Then once she got out of the car, that's when I like snuck it and put it in my pocket. And, we had to go through the security gate, so that was the tricky part because you know how you got to put all your stuff in the little tub they give you. And so I had Haley just put her stuff in there, and then the security guard like put the tub out after Haley put her stuff in there. And I told the security guard, I'm like, can I just get a separate tub? Haley didn't think anything of it though, so
I don't know.
It worked out. So yeah, and then I just kind of put it back in real quick after we passed security and.
Yeah. You were asking me earlier today how I didn't realize it was in your pocket. And I was telling him his pockets are always so full already that I just never question what's in there. I'm just like, okay, he probably has this, and this in his pocket. I didn't think about it being a legit ring. So that was really crazy. And I didn't know what was going on. Little backstory. I didn't know that you were planning any of this that day. We had talked about like it being in the future, like a year out. So that was a really big surprise.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This is a question for me. Haley, how did you feel when Joss asked you to, marry him? I was in pure shock. So I remember when you were saying your little speech as he was down on one knee. I heard most of the speech, but then the other half was like me processing my thoughts and processing what's going on. And so I don't know exactly how my facial looked, but I definitely was shocked and excited all in one because obviously we've been talking about this and this is something that we've always wanted for each other. So it was a really good moment. It just, in the beginning, I was just like, wow, like, the hands over the mouth reaction that you see all the time. That was me. That was me. And yeah, it was such a good experience. So, and then afterwards, because I remember afterwards, when you were trying to get a photo with me, it finally hit me, like I finally processed like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna, be a wife someday. And so then I just like screamed really loud in the crowd and everyone started like cheering for us. It was so cute because I was just like this, holding it up like, ah, like hell yeah.
How cute is
So,
it?
I don't know if you remember that because he was like, we need to get a photo, and I was like, finally processed my thoughts. So yeah, that was my reaction to everything. Okay, who was the first, this is for both of us, I guess. Who was the first people we told about the engagement? Yeah, well, I would say, so he was driving. He drove on this adventure. So I immediately afterwards on the car ride home, I called my parents and then I tried to call his parents because I wanted to call at least the parents before I made the Facebook post. So my parents were super excited. It was such a bad connection though. I couldn't really hear most of what they were saying because our connection wasn't the best, but you could see on their face that they were like genuinely excited, and they at one point did say something about like, oh, congratulations guys. you know, welcome to the family. They're saying stuff like that, you know, because they really adore Josh. That was my parents' reaction. And then I texted my brother and sent him a photo. And then I texted some of my friends, and they were saying the same thing, so. But with your family, you want to talk about that? Because we actually had to pick up Kobe from his family's house.
Oh yeah, so I kind of told my family, like, when we went and because we had left our dog Kobe with my brother and my mom over at their house. So they were watching them. So we went and later that night went and picked him up. The next day that night we picked him up, and yeah, pretty much when we got there, we knocked on the door and they came out with Kobe, and then that's when I kind of broke the news. And yeah, they were really excited.
They were very welcoming, saying the same thing, like, welcome to the family. It's just, we both have a really good support system, so I knew this was gonna be like a very loved experience for the both of us, and they definitely showed that. And then as I posted on Facebook, everyone, like all of my relatives were like saying congratulations, you know, and they're excited just to have you be a part of our crazy family. Hopefully you're ready for that now.
Crazy families unite.
Yeah, and our families have been in the same room together. We've had gatherings together with our families prior to even being engaged. So that was another thing, going back to like one of the questions, how I knew, you know, you were the one, was just how well our families could mesh together and how our families really enjoyed each other in the same room. Because that's a big deal, at least for me, family is. So if our families don't, you know, mesh well, you know, because you're going to have family gatherings with both parties, you know. So I really, really appreciated that too about our families, because we've had, 3 gatherings with our families, and it's always gone really well. So let's see one of the final questions. You ready?
Ooh, let's get it.
Will you wait to get married or do it soon?
Going to wait a little bit to get married. You know, marriage is expensive, and I also just want to just take the time, make sure we are both in a place financially and to where we can get all the things that we want to do. Because I know Haley talked about having, you know, just the right venue and, you know, the right food, and we were talking about it last night, and you know, just planning all of that stuff, and, you know, making sure we're not rushing anything. I think a few years would probably be the best option for both of us.
I know, to add on to that, I was educating JP a little bit about the expense of weddings, and if you guys didn't know, the average wedding is $29,000. And that's not something we currently just have sitting on hand for us. So definitely we want to save before. And I know my parents have talked about potentially helping, but we're not expecting anyone's help. You know, this is our day. We're expecting to be able to afford it ourselves. So definitely right now isn't the best time with everything we're gonna be doing, you know, coming up soon. So definitely 2 to 3 years would be a good time frame. For that reason, guys. If you guys have any other engagement wedding questions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below. You can also reach out to our Josh and Haley Instagram. I talk to you guys on there as well through the Instagram chat, so go check those out.
Links in the description.
Yes, link is in the description. But we're gonna have so much more content, so much fresh content coming your way. I do plan on planning early, even though we're waiting 2 to 3 years. I want to get things planned early so I'm not feeling rushed, you know, at the end of all of this. So you will see some probably early wedding content from us or from me, depending on how much JP is involving himself in this process.
We'll see.
Yes, but thank you guys so much for watching. We are so excited to finally share this announcement with you guys. You guys have always been a part of our journey, and now you just get to see a brand new life. for us.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, all right then. I guess we will catch you guys on the next one. We love y'all, and we will see y'all soon.